Guard Your Girl Boxing. It's your man Coltrane, Sleepy, Big Mike. #1 show on this here dial. We don't only talk about boxers, we actually bring them in the studio. And we got a special guest today from North Philly, my Illidale, my hometown. He sported an unblemished record, 16-0, six knockouts. He's currently ranked number 16 featherweight in the world. My man Rasheem Jefferson. What's cracking, homie?
What's good, baby?
Welcome to the Guard Your Girl Boxing Show, baby.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
What's up, baby?
It's good.
Rasheem Jefferson, like I said, number 16 ranked in the world featherweight. You know, some of you may have heard of him, some of you may not. He did fight on some big time cards. So why don't you introduce? We worldwide here, baby. So you talking to the world, China, all that. So let them know so they can get familiar with you. Some of the cards you fought on. Then we jump into some questions.
Well, I was on the ESPN card. A lot of you might have seen it. 4-round victory over Carlos. You know what I'm saying? Easy fight. I did what I wanted to do in there. Beat him up. He ain't like it, so eventually we fought again on Madison Square Garden channel, 8 rounds. The commentator said he wished it was a 4-round the way I was beating him up so bad, but it was 8 rounds. I beat him up. Again, y'all might have saw me on the HBO undercard, Curtis Stevens, Paul Malignaggi. It was me. It was one of my worst fights, but it shows you what I'm willing to do, what I'm willing to bring out. The worst day I pulled out a victory. I'm willing to give it all for this boxing stuff.
So Rasheem, let me ask you, where do you see yourself in this division? You're fighting in the featherweight division, 5'9" frame, a lot of speed, a lot of slickness. Where do you see yourself in this division? Where do you want to head your next couple of fights, and where do you see yourself in in the long term in this division?
Well, in boxing, it's like you build yourself up to be what you want to be, whereas I ain't had to do a lot of building. My first pro fight, I fought somebody with 17 fights and got him out there in the 2nd round. In the future, which is now, tomorrow, the next day, I see myself fighting for a title at 126 pounds, then eventually moving up to 130, 135, challenging Pacquiao, Morales, Barrera, whoever out there. I'm willing to fight the best, but right now I gotta make a statement first to get to the best.
You seem real confident. I mean, that got to be a reflection of your amateur record. Like, how many fights did you have as an amateur? And walk us through. Like, let me get something straight. We speak from a fan's perspective.
That's right.
I'm not a boxer. He's not a boxer. My man Big Mike got a little history. We'll get to that, some other time. But we have the utmost respect for these brothers who stepped into those ropes. You know what I'm saying? We try to give them the most amount of respect, and we do understand. So we try to get a perspective of, take us through your history of your amateur career. Tell us about how many fights you had and what type of pedigree you bring into the pro ranks.
Well, I'm glad you not being a boxer, you had
a cup of coffee. He had a cup of coffee.
Yeah, a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I'm glad that y'all do respect boxers, because going into that ring, you putting your life on the line every time. Even if you're not putting your life on the line, you damaging yourself every time you get in there. One punch could change a whole fight, and it could change your whole life. One punch you could be brain dead. One punch you could be crippled, paralyzed, or whatever. But as an amateur, I was a 3-time National Golden Glove champion. I won 16 nationals altogether, which was in the JOs and under 19 and boxing period. The only national tournament that I didn't win in the amateurs is the U.S. National, and it was because I got shot. I was riding a dirt bike in the neighborhood. The cops was chasing me because dirt bikes are illegal in the city, and he was chasing me around the neighborhood for hours. And I finally jumped off the bike and ran in the crib, but the cops was still around the neighborhood. They had helicopters out looking for me. I'm in the house sitting there. So the next day I come out, a guy on the corner like, man, you gotta come up with some bread, man. You had the block hot. I couldn't make no money. So I'm like, man, get out of here. Went to the gym. Same day I went to the gym. The next day, I told a friend of mine everything that happened, and we riding up the block. And it was 2 days before I'm going to the U.S. Championship, the tournament I told you earlier in the show that I never won. So my friend like, yo, ain't that the dude? Yeah, don't forget about that dude. I gotta get to the gym. I gotta get training. I'm leaving in 2 days. So he like, oh, no, I'm just gonna say one thing to him. So my man goes to him, they having words, but I said, listen, this is my neighborhood. I do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. The guy said, well, do whatever you want, whenever you want, how you want. All right, come on, man. But my friend's still arguing with him, but he's directing everything to me. And my man arguing with him. So I just hit him. Boom. His mom came out the house right in front of his door. No, his father came out, me and his father fighting. His mom came out, wanted to hit me with a bat. I'm like, I ain't scared of no bat. So the lady grabbed me. No, that's a lady. Don't hit no lady, man. You'll go right to jail. Then I'm walking back to my car. He come out with a gun like, yeah, you think you tough? Had the gun pointed to me. I got shot. Saw my son while I was in the hospital, and that calmed me down, man. So the guy come up to me in the club and say, woo, 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 you stepped on my shoe. Hey, man, you want me clean it? Hey, man, I don't want no problems, man. You go ahead and do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do.
We don't want to get too deep on the politics of boxing, but how tough is it for you to get a fight, being as though that you may be a problem for someone who's trying to build a track record and has a certain, have teams behind them pushing them?
It's real tough. It's real tough, because they either want the money or there ain't no fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you 20-0 and I'm 15-0 and we fighting on the line for nothing, you ain't gonna take that fight. You putting your 20-0 record on the line, I'm putting my 15-0 record on the line for what?
Right.
A couple thousand.
Real quick, Sheen, let me ask you this as well. And this reflects. And I have the proof in the pudding with Zahir Rahim. He beat Eric Morales because he had that slick style. And a lot of the smaller weights, they like to bang it out. And like I said, you'll be able to see his fights. We're gonna post them up on our site, so you'll check them out later. He has a very slick style. Do you think your style might, hinder some future opponents? Because a lot of those smaller, the smaller divisions, those guys are bangers, and you bring a slickness to your opposition.
Well, let me set you right real fast. I'm just not a boxer. I'm not a one-punch knockout artist, but I can punch. You know what I'm saying? And if I go in there with anybody, they gonna respect me. They're not just gonna walk in. I have enough power to make you respect me. But another thing is the art. The boxing is the art. It's a science where you're supposed to hit and not get hit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go in there banging. Everybody can't go in there banging because, like Muhammad Ali, you see the effects they had on him after the ring.
Right.
Everybody want to be able to come out the ring, enjoy life, and have fun with their family and remember the things that's going on. So that's more of why I'm a slick boxer, and that's the art that I study.
Right. No doubt about it. You have any questions for
You right-handed or southpaw?
I'm right-handed, but I also fight southpaw.
And how's your defense?
You want to try something?